Hey, Bricky, I've been following since yesterday. Just want to congratulate on your growth since then. Good work. You're so big now. That's a very funny message. That's a great first time chatter message. It's like, wow, Bricky, been following you since literally yesterday. You got so big. Like holding me up in the air like a child. Wow. Bricky, have you seen the Elden Ring DLC reviews? It's like all 9s and 10s. So like, yeah, but I guess two things. One, are you surprised? And two, even if the DLC like wasn't that good, I don't think people wouldn't give it a 9 or a 10, which is maybe a bit strange, all things considered. But I feel like going against the FromSoft thing is a really good, especially before it's out, is a really good way to get yourself crucified. People won't have a real opinion on any kind of FromSoft thing until about 4 years after it came out. Then you'll get actual opinions. I'm pretty sure when Dark Souls 2 came out, most people thought it was good, and then people changed their minds, and then they changed their minds again. Ava, what is this? Ava dash YouTuber from the Numbskulls YouTube channel. Can you fucking explain yourself? What do you mean, good morning, King? Why would you send me this? I just watched your Final Shape highlight, and I'm here to say many things. The Beyond Boof, the Paracausal Pack, the Chital Kush, the Aramis Edibles, etc., etc., etc. This shit killed off the Traveler. Oh man, that's an edit. You know the ending of the Final Shape cutscene where the witness sends all the hands to chase you down? What if like all of them just had like a fucking joint in them? The witness offers you the boof, but it's just like a bunch of fucking hands coming at you with the different joints. And then Crow pulls out the fucking Rise of Iron hammer and his eyes are really like bloodshot. You are unworthy of this weed. Playing through the Final Shape has given me some interesting feelings. I've been doing some of the side content a bit more later on, and it's been like the various changes they made to the game and that kind of stuff. And right now though, I'm not gonna lie, it's good. Destiny started off as like a 6 out of 10 video game, and then what is it, Dark Below made it like a 4, and then House of Wolves made it like a 5, and then Taken King made it like a 7 or like an 8, and then Rise of Iron took it to a 6 again, and then D2 came out and it was like a 6 again, and then Trials of Osiris took it to like a 4, and then Warmind took it back to like a 6, and then Forsaken took it to like an 8, and then Shadowkeep back to like a 5, and then Beyond Light to a 7, and then Witch Queen was like a 9, and then Lightfall was a 6 again, and now Final Shape is like a 9 again, maybe even a 10. It's insane, dude. It's wild. Damn, the quality of Destiny 2 seems to go up and down more than Angela White. I don't get that reference. Angela White. That's a porn star. Gonna undo that search result. Whoopsie. Should have put that safe search on. Anyway, chat. Shall we Boltgun? Boltgun was not perfect when we played it, but it has a lot of greatness to it that I really appreciate. All right, that's right. There. F is that. Right click is that. Lovely. Okay. If you press N, you get navigation, which I don't remember if that was in the original or not, but it just means you get to, you know, navigate. Which is good because if I'm not mistaken, one of the biggest problems I had with Boltgun 1 is that there wasn't a fucking map to it, which really annoyed me. Maps require your ability to read, and you know Ultramarines can't read. My brother in Christ, Ultramarines would arguably be the one faction that reads the most. You're getting your memes mixed up. They're the ones that would absolutely know how to read because they have the Codex Astartes, written by Gilliman. I'm all for the memes, but you gotta make sure you get them done right, you know? They would only be able to read the map if it was in the form of an Excel spreadsheet. Me, a simpleton. Man, why is Warhammer so stupid? Everything is ran by various small little bits of technology that doesn't make any sense, built on 20-year-old jank. Me, when I see the world's entire accounting sector fully made out of Microsoft Excel from 2003. Horny Ultramarine be like, talk data to me. Oh, fuck you, chat. That was a +2 worthy one. I thought I could smack him, it didn't work. Holy shit, chosen champion. Once again, he approaches me at a speed unpronounced to all of us. I certainly didn't forget about the power of the Chaos Space Marine, but I did maybe forget about their speed. Or of the chosen Space Marine. Me, when I have an 11-inch charge to make and I roll a 12. You know, I think that's one of those things where people who play Warhammer need to remember more of. It's like people who try to, you know, who do well at like tournaments and stuff, they're always like, hey, you gotta make sure you make sure all the odds are in your favor, you set it all up for yourself properly, all that kind of jazz. But you know what? Here's the thing. Sometimes you gotta take some fucking risks. Do you know how many times I've moved some people up and had like a 10-inch charge and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking send it. And you just happen to get one. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. Speaking of a plan, heavy bolter. Of course you got it. You play sisters. Oh, eat a dick. I didn't miracle dice a 6. This was definitely much more of a I deep struck 10 Terminators and just let God do it. What's up, Ruben? You up bolting your gun right now? Out here, the Emperor's finest, straight bolting it. And by it, I mean my plasmids. I'll take the -2s on this one. Is that a missile launcher? Oh my! Wait, man, I'm about to say, I have a new weapon for exactly this. Did you blow up and die? Yes, you did. There was a slight worry that he may not have blown up entirely and died. Wait, is the Havoc like laughing maniacally after every single shot? It is. He's firing a missile launcher and going, ah! And then sending it.
Hey, Bricky.
That's me.
You've been at this content creation for a little while, right? As an aspiring editor myself, I wanted to ask you, what do you value most from new editor while working together? Thanks.
What do I value the most from an editor while working together? That's a bit of a tough one. I'd say, honestly, just a really good fundamental understanding of the software that you're using. It's almost kind of like, you know what? Pacing. Understanding the importance of pacing. Being able to use your software like DaVinci Resolve and stuff really, really well. It's pretty good. The main reason for that is that, you know, if you want to have a really quick turnaround or something on a video, being able to add things like zoom ins and stuff like that really quickly, understanding plugins, use of After Effects, that whole thing is important to be able to know that kind of stuff really well. This other part is a little bit awkward, but not like, obviously this isn't like a good thing in a sense, but it helps to have an editor who's a bit of a shut-in. You know, if they're one of those people who just likes to hang around at home, watch YouTube, and work, it helps a lot. It helps a lot. That's what Will does for me. The guy who edits the highlights on the second channel. He mainly spends his time just kind of chilling, hanging out, you know, watching other streams in YouTube and eating food and chilling at home. And you know what? Ow, that helps a lot when it comes to the editing process. But I don't know, it's a lot of stuff. The main thing is having someone who can understand your editing style, which is honestly the hardest part. Like for me, whenever you watch the highlights, they're generally rather not super heavily edited, but it's all about the pacing. How do you keep someone entertained over the course of 50 minutes or something? Obviously, having that kind of turnaround time is helpful. That was why the shut-in joke is like not entirely all a joke. You know, sometimes you need quick turnarounds. There's the time. Oh God, God damn it, dude! I hate that unclean one attack. Hold on. Where's my HP? Stinky man. Come on, there's got to be some like health in here, right? Yay. Dude, I literally jumped that. It was at an angle that I couldn't jump. Like that. Yay, he's dead. Whoa, I did it. Oh my God, there's a ton of health over here also. Oh, it's all in areas. It's all in areas that are backwards. God damn them. What is that? +1 vortex grenade. Oh God, the Death Watch stuff? The open up a thing in the rift stuff? What the hell was I talking about? Oh yeah, editing stuff. No, I mean, it's just honestly being able to work with the style of the person you're editing is really, really big. Being able to like the content you're editing, you have to enjoy the kind of highlights you're making for the most part, which often means like if you're gonna work for someone, it might be good to work for someone whose content you actually like to watch. For example, like Will actually thinks that the streams I do are funny, which is a huge help because then he actually knows what he considers funny is generally what the chat considers funny, so you can make good highlights from it. Also, if you've noticed, he just has a really good ability to do pacing and framing, which is because he was like an actual like real video editor for like a real company before this, and so he's like, and like Skater, same deal, you know. Skater's trying to get into like Hollywood video editing. That's kind of his end goal, and so he like understands how to do edits, like big edits. And you know what? This actually might be a great example. Let me provide to you a quick example real fast that I find to be really good. You guys remember the video of me and Mel and Matara, the 3 girl failures highlight? Arguably one of the best highlight contents I think of the entire year. Genuinely good stuff. Let me find the part I'm looking for. Sona folder, porn joke, shitting and crying. All right, Mel. Come on, most replay. You gotta help me out here. Damn it, I can't find it. Where's the part where it's like the milking for content joke? I crunch. Don't tell me it's actually at 12:45. If you already figured that out right there, I'm gonna lose it. No, that was random. I hate you. I knew you were lying. I hate you. I knew you were fucking lying to me. You son of a bitch. You can search it in the transcript. I can search it in the transcript? You're telling me this entire script is trans? That was a good one from YouTube chat. Rare YouTube chat W. Someone said 1450. We're gonna test this out. Holy shit, they were right. That's the one. So for example, when I mentioned earlier about like the use of good like editing bits, it's always like the small stuff that can really help when it comes to getting these things going. So you see the video, right? Already Will has done a ton of work, for example, getting like, okay, you got the bars on the right sides, you've got the drop shadow to kind of spread them, but like it's the very small edits that really help with the pacing. Example.
I cannot joke about like me being your cash cow when I have milked you dry. For content.
Mel, small, those tiny little edits like that, very subtle, very small moments, but the specific zoom, the cuts, the pans, panning it over to each individual person during like the sound effect, that's like, that kind of stuff is what really adds to it and really like assists with things like pacing and helps it a lot. This one was edited by Skater here, and it's a really dope thing. Go like small bits, right?
Oh, she went over there.
Where the hell's Heavenly?
So I can
Hey,
hear you.
Reinhardt!
Oh, never mind.
Small things like that. Very small edits can really add a lot to the video. And being able to be versed in an editing software to a certain extent that allows you to make those edits really quickly, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. People who don't edit many videos won't know, but that like the Halo highlights of me and Matara are monumental tasks. They take so much time. I feel like I like didn't get the plasma gun. I'm almost positive I missed the plasma gun. I have no idea where the hell it could be, but I clearly missed it because there's a bunch of plasma gun ammo in here and I have no plasma gun.
I saw your short on Twitter where you were arguing with Mel and the caption was, average corn versus slanch argument. I was laughing at that for a solid 10 minutes.
Mr. Rogers in a bloodstained sweater.
It's cum!
It's blood!
Not blood!
It's blood!
It's cum!
Okay, that's funny you mentioned that, because I was thinking about that part in that video, and I was thinking to myself, you know, Jesus Christ. I was thinking to myself, you know, that would make a really funny meme, just average corn versus Slanesh argument. So I just went to Will and I was like, yo, Will, can you like make a meme of this for me? I want to post it on Twitter because I feel like it's going to do numbers. What was the context of that clip? So Melody had only ever seen either had only ever seen or believed that the original Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny was actually the ultimate orgy of homosexuality, which is a parody version of it. And I was like, no, Melody, that is in fact the parody version. That is not the original. And because Melody finds everything from porn first, because she's Melody. I love her to death. What is it? And so I was like, that ain't right. And then entered the, in fairness, slightly intoxicated argument. Were you talking about Mel? How are the candles? Oh, they're great. Yeah, she was right. All of the candles there they smell fucking amazing. They're really, really nice. Was the dragon pussy banging? Dragon pussy was pretty good, though I gotta be honest, I'm kind of a fall scent slut myself, so pumpkin fucker was pretty darn good. Warning, large Xenos aberration detected. Oh shit, it's another amble. That was not what I wanted to fire at him, but you know what? Oh crap, there's two of them? Alright, I don't think I was supposed to press every single one of those buttons at the one time, but I'm kind of okay with it now because it spawned a whole bunch of things and it's kind of funny. I believe they are currently fighting off the Xenos because, you know, it's funny. Ancient Amble, very tanky. Struggling. Also, hey Bobby, thanks for the resub. Bobby. Oh Lord Almighty! Is he stuck? Give me a moment. Bricky, my grandma showed up and said you're a handsome man. Huge W. I mean, that, honest to God, might be the biggest W I've had all year. Everyone always knows grandma's opinions are the ones that matter the most. Bricky, my grandma showed up and said your forehead was magnificent. All right, well, now you're just lying. YouTube chat just said, my grandma was racism. I'm glad she's dead. It's crazy that not only did she invent racism, but she was racism. Okay, I definitely missed the plasma gun somewhere. I 100% missed the plasma gun somewhere. Oh God! How big are the shells of a scout shotgun? That's a great question. I'm not quite sure. I'm assuming quite large, but I'm assuming like... Is that a Titan armament? Oh, is it a Quake cannon? Yeah, it looks about right. Holy, it's a really, really big gun. You love a good Titan weapon, you know? They're that dumb, you know? Warning, weapon active, heretical response likely. That is not as loud as I thought it would be. If that's a Quake cannon, I think it needs to be louder. I think it needs to be much louder if it's the Quake cannon, you know? You gotta make that shit deafening. Sound dampener and helmet. Oh, damn. Thank you for adding realism to my 40K game. I don't give a shit. Make it fucking loud. Also, I don't even think you're right. No fucking sound dampener in a goddamn helmet will truly reduce the noise of a fucking Quake cannon going off of 30 feet above your head. It's a Quake cannon. Besides, chat, you don't fucking get it. It's not about realism. Who gives a fuck? You can't use the realism argument when we're currently 1v1ing a Hellbrute and like 45 Terminators. If you want it loud, increase the game volume. Bro's never heard of sound mixing. See, Bricky, the best way to increase the volume of the video game is to increase the volume of the video game. Holy fuck. Write that down, write that down! What's that, like, tank silencer that exists in real life? The thing that looks like a, giant cock and balls. It just got one of those things on. It's chillin'. Inventing a tank silencer because of the noise complaints of nearby villages has to be the most German thing ever. Is that actually why it was made? Really? So, like, unironic German W in that case. Does Germany exist in the 40K universe, or is it all into the Imperial of a man now? Or Earth barely exists in the 40K universe. It's all just Terra. It's all just Terra. Krieg? What? Oh, as in spiritually Germany. I'm like, Krieg is a different planet, my guy. I realized what you meant. Well, spiritually, there's two German Imperial Guard factions. You've got the World War I being Krieg, and then you got to the World War II, you've got Armageddon Steel Legion. There's a World War II one too? Yeah, the Armageddon Steel Legion are a bit of like a mechanized infantry style. Move really, really fast, hop out of your transports and kill shit. Which, if I am not mistaken, is very... There's my plasma gun. Thank God they gave me extra ones later on. If I'm not mistaken, is very much a blitzkrieg style. If I have my history correct, I believe large amounts of mechanized infantry was in fact the main blitzkrieg style of warfare. Blitzkrieg was actually named after a British... I'm gonna stop reading. You might be right, you might be wrong. This is information that will go in one ear and out the other, and I won't even remember. This is... We can talk about who was named after what when we talk about genitalia. Like when me and Melody talked about how Sir Fallopio named some random part of the female body. Dr. Penis, I'm UTI. You don't get to bring friends. They are not my friends. Waiting for Slip to come out of her hole in order to comment on the reference that only me and her get. Oh yeah, of course. There is Mr. Clint Taurus as well. Very hard to find man. And then of course you've got Mr. Vix, also known as Sir Vix. Enough of the weird scientific naming, it might summon Melody. Why would summon Melody be a bad thing? She's fucking great. I actually have a stream planned with her next week. I'm not quite sure what we're doing yet. Most likely some... I actually have no idea what we're doing. Something goofball related. Probably goof maxing. Has anyone other than Mel got my Space Jam references? I mean, people get some of my... no, you mean Space Balls. People get Space Jam references plenty. You're thinking Space Balls references, and not really. Would you ever want the Poor Armor guys to show off each faction to you, like how they play and stuff? Well, no, Wait. What do you mean show off each faction to me? Because I believe I own more armies than they do. Oh, for Age of Sigmar. I don't know. Maybe I'm not huge. I'm not going to be buying any Sigmar models. I've been over this a few times, chat. One backbreaking hobby at a time, please. Brad can tell me about his random Sigmar stuff when he reads the goddamn Nightlord books like I tell him to. I've been reading the Omnibus. I'm on chapter 3 of book 1. It's fucking good. Honestly, I'd almost argue that the first couple chapters of book 1 are the weakest. Like about halfway through book 1, it starts to really pick up. Even though I still think the opening is very good, it's a lot of setup. And that setup is important, but it is a little slow. What's your favorite type of sandwich? Nurgle's blessings upon ye. Favorite type of sandwich? So I'm actually like, this is gonna make me sound like I'm trying to be interesting when I'm obviously not. I'm a huge sandwich person. Like, no fucking shit, Bricky. Everyone's a sandwich person. But I really like making sandwiches and trying out tons of kinds of sandwiches. It's like one of my favorite foods is just a sandwich. I really like them. As for favorite kind of sandwich, a really good like fucking oily ass mozzarella caprese sandwich with like heirloom tomatoes and slap on like some sandwich lube that like Italian oil on it, and balsamic vinegar is so good. Thoughts on grilled cheese? Bro, like what kind of person would I be if I didn't like a grilled cheese? I don't know. Like, a Reuben is delicious. I like a tuna melt. I like a Gruyere sandwich with tuna kind of melt thing. Shrimp po' boys are fucking amazing. Philly cheesesteaks are amazing. I think the only thing that I'm not huge on is like roast beef. But that's mainly the issue with roast beef cold cuts. It's not about like roast beef themselves. It's about that like the roast beef cold cuts you get from the store to make a sandwich for like middle school back in the day just tastes weird and flabby, and it lacks some like flavor, you know? Oh, okay. If I had to choose a favorite sandwich, if I had to choose one, I'd arguably say a Cubano. There's a lot of Cubano places down by me because because SoCal is like a fucking like cultural melting pot, you know, and like just the proper Cubano with those slices of pickle, and getting the right cuts, and that you press that shit properly. Oh, it's Cubano, not Cubano. Oh, it's Cubano is how it's pronounced. Ah, whatever. But you get like the proper bread for it and stuff. Like, you know, you have to look for it a little bit. You're not going to find a really good Cubano sandwich in fucking, you know, like Jersey Mike's. But there's a lot of like local Cuban places down here that are literally just Cuban restaurants. And some of them do a Cubano that's fucking great. I don't know, there's few kinds of food that I don't have access to down here. And so I mean, like, can you imagine if you live down here, like between, like, I'm in Orange County, right? Between LA and San Diego, between these massive major cultural cities, and you only eat like Caucasian food. Like you have to go out of your way to avoid it and to do that. It just feels good to have that option, to be able to be like, you know what, today is gonna be banh mi sandwiches, fucking lemongrass pork chops, and pho. And you can just do it, and then like for dinner, it's not kebabs, it's like gyros, like it's that kind of stuff. There's always just so many options. It's amazing. I love the sheer volume of different kinds of foods you can get. Shawarma is amazing. I mean, shit, my sister, we talked about this earlier. My sister had that whole Indian movie Bollywood thing, and we all got what was it? Chicken tikka masala, fucking samosas, garlic naan, what was the other thing that she got? That was chat, remind me, cheese, like, it's like cheese tikka masala. What the fuck is it called? Paneer? One of my favorite things, and I have this weird rule. I only ever eat this food when my nails get a little too long. It's tandoori chicken with like spicy tandoori chicken with that like white yogurt sauce. Because when I eat it with my hands, all of my fingers get stained so fucking orange. I joke, I don't actually only eat it with my fingers are long, but it stains my fingers so fucking like red that it's perfect timing, because then I trim my nails and then I look normal. But that shit stays on my hands for like 3 days. So if I go out somewhere, my hands look like they're like covered in just dirt. And filth. Indian food stains everything. I know, but it's so good. Also, I agree with your cheesecake opinions. You know, I am fully aware that I may just not have had the right type of cheesecake, but I'm also not someone who likes super sweet things, and I feel like just every time I've had one, it's just so dense. It's so dense. It's so rich. It's like having like a chocolate lava cake. Chocolate lava cake is delicious for the first like 3 bites, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. This is a lot. Bree saying he doesn't like sweet things. He has candied apples, caramel apples, not candied. Very different, I think. Also, chat, let's be honest. When you're under the influence of devil's lettuce, nothing is too sweet. Ah, the lovely plasma gun. Me currently running up into the Dark Angels player using Azrael and 10 Hellblasters. I will die a horrible death. That aspiring champion can't reach me from over there. He's just yelling. Yeah, you've heard of an aspiring champion, but have you heard of his sweatier brother, the perspiring champion? This could be just like a fun little quality of life filler DLC. Honestly, the fact that they added this little Isaac Clarke objective thing is, for me, already a huge quality of life improvement, because the fact that the base game did not have a map was like kind of unforgivable. It was actually the worst. But I mean, so far the DLC is enjoyable. It's just more Boltgun. And like for a lot of people, more Boltgun is all you need. Though, I mean, you know, like I mentioned before, my biggest complaint with the original Boltgun was that it overstayed its welcome a bit too long. Game was a bit too long and a bit too repetitive near the end, but and this is the same thing mostly, minus a few new enemies. I almost died again, but we'll see how it ends up. Though there is a horde mode, that I have not played yet. So what difficulty am I playing on? I am playing on hard. So not quite Exterminatus, but I'm currently playing on hard. If I'm not mistaken, the only time I ever really struggled in this game is whenever you fight any of the really chunky boys, like the Great Unclean One, or the Lord of Change, or that one huge asshole sorcerer guy from the base game. That fight sucked. I really hated that one. It's actually good that I got a chance to do this when I did, because I mean, obviously we've got Elden Ringo DLC coming out later this month, or this week actually. But we also got Bricky birthday stream the same day. Production question: what's the over under on streaming on both YouTube and Twitch? Twitch partner looks like it has no compete clause. Logistical question, because I don't understand analytics and accounting. Explain to me what over under means. Dude's just asking what it's like. Oh, well, I mean, nothing. I can see YouTube and I can see Twitch. The YouTube folks might notice this more. My eye is normally drawn more towards Twitch than the YouTube chat. Not that there's anything they did wrong, but they tend to talk less. Because they talk less, I normally am looking at the more active chat, naturally. But what's really good about streaming on both platforms at once is, one, you get people who, you know, if they really want to chat, can always just like do a super chat or something in YouTube, like Kodarian did with his $10 super chat. Thank you again for that. But more importantly, it's a way to store VODs for longer than 30 days. For example, whenever Will, the second channel editor, does a highlight of my stuff, you might notice in the description there is a link to the VOD. And so what I like doing is like, hey, here is my Boltgun DLC highlights. It's a 40-minute video of me going through the DLC. That's great. But then underneath it, you'll have the highlights, which I haven't put a thumbnail on. It says like live on the thumbnail and stuff. And then if you want to watch the whole thing's there. And I really like that because it creates a situation where I want to watch Bricky play through 16 hours of video game, Let's Play style. It's all there for you if you want it. But because a lot of times I'll like watch a highlight video and say to myself, fuck, I kind of wish I could see the whole thing, because this is like a banger. And so it's in the description right there and then. Like, I mean, the Melody and Matara VOD of the three of us just chatting, the 3 girl failures video, was like an hour long cut down, but it was like a 8-hour long stream, and it was chock full of content. So sometimes you want to watch the whole thing. So it's really handy for I think everyone. It really helps everyone out without like over saturating the channel, for example. Stinky. Oh shit, crack missile. All right, let's try out those crack missiles. Well, that definitely does more damage. Well, oh god, the demons. They have most certainly gotten control of the area. Is that a Forge Fiend? Yep, that's an ectoplasm cannon right there. Holy buckets. Man, I got so many guns, and I can't reach across my keyboard to hit the numpad from way up on the side, so I just keep using like tab. I need an ammo mouse. I need an ammo cherub. I need a goddamn cherub to bring me my damn ammunition. I need a drop keep like the knights have. Arguably the funniest, most over-the-top thing I've seen in 40K. It might be the most. I don't know if I can think of a thing more over the top than the knight's drop keep. Wait, do you guys know what a drop keep is? It's like the cool... So a drop keep is a thing that Imperial Knights have. What it is it's a keep, like a gigantic drop pod of astronomical size, that it's a whole keep that drops from the sky, and then giant drawbridges lower, horns blare out a tune, like a and then confetti and shit rain everywhere as tabards unfold, and like 12 Imperial Knights just bust out of that bitch and start fucking shit up. That's like how you deploy an Imperial Knight force. It's like a tactical castle. What's even funnier is that often they talk about how if you, not often I guess, but sometimes, they talk about how if you really need a lot of knights, especially to cut off supply lines, you'll just drop like 7 drop keeps in a row. You drop pod a fortress wall and then like unveil 40 knights at once, and they just start beating the shit out of people. It's so good. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of, but it's Imperial Knights, so being dumb is like their MO. Yes, YouTube chat is correct. Sisters do have a drop church where the Imperial Knights have their drop castles, basically. You also have your sisters drop churches, which is also a drop pod, but it rains holy water and other amazing things. This is why when chat was like, Bricky, the gun's not going to be very loud in the game because of your dampeners, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Realism has no place here. Oh, looks like we're in for a treat, chat, where we've got every single gun. Holy buckets. Well, we're starting. That's a great unclean one. I saw that stupid wave attack it has that I despise so regularly. That's also a fucking Lord of Change. Okay, how do we handle this? Let's figure out our plans, because that's a lot of enemies. Oh, fucking Doomsday Belt. Okay, that's one. Yay! Okay, that's 2 of the largest issues currently present removed. Now we need to destroy the Noctilith. That's 1. Both Noctiliths should be open because I killed both greater demons. I'm just looking for more HP or something. Oh, sick, more ammo and stuff there. Ow. Actually a Hellbrute, though. Actually just like a fucking Hellbrute. Literally a Hellbrute. Yes, Demonic Forge currently available to be attacked. I know. I'm aware of that. Currently, larger problems ahead. You know, I'm starting to wonder if these guys will even stop spawning, or if this might be like a... They're just gonna keep going until I deal with the thing. Surprising absolutely nobody. The multi-melta did an unfathomably large amount of damage to the thing. Oh god, that's literally a Hellbrute. That's actually a Hellbrute. That's 2 Hellbrutes. That's literally 2 Hellbrutes. Oh Lord Almighty. You know he lived. He wasn't even in that factory. Yeah, oh, you beat me to it, chat. He wasn't even in that forge. So a hand's gonna bust out and rock music's gonna play.
And only in death does duty end.
I was half right. It was a chainsword instead. Well, I mean, that was fun, chat. That was a good time. It's a bit short, honestly. We played it for about 2 hours and 15 to 2:30 minutes. 2 hours and 15 to 30 minutes. Just one run. Well, I mean, for me, I don't really go for like high challenges runs, right? It's not really my thing. But you know, if you want some more stuff, it's $6, so it's not too bad. I thought we'd get the corn thing, yeah. I thought we would get the corn stuff. I guess that's coming a little bit later. I would assume so.